channel. Come on in. We're going to be doing readings for April 2026. Come on in. Don't forget to flip and flop your energies and genders each and every time you feel fit. Just don't force it. All right. I've already called in everybody's spirit team, your guides, your angels. Everybody's here with us right now. Please just know it. Bushfires, fury. Somebody was really angry in the past, or something. This has to do with that, whatever that is. This is Australia, right? Obviously, those fires down there. Fires are burning hotter now than they've ever burned before on this planet. Back when there were a lot of fires in Australia. Now I think it's flooding. I'm not sure. It's crazy weather all over the world here, but this is about somebody's temperament, obviously. Earth and home. Yeah, this is in your present. This looks like an Empress kind of vibe to me. I like it. You know, very grounded. That's a beautiful card. Anywho. All right, so show me what I need to see. One more. Thank you. Thank you very much. The West, completion, number 4, for those who care. This is going to be crowning you. It looks like somebody's looking for the puzzle pieces or something. The pieces to the puzzle, trying to find information, trying to make it make sense, something like that. Hope, fear, challenge, and homework, discipline. There's been a lot of time here, but I feel like time's ticking. Something needs to be taken care of or handled or dealt with, whatever that is. Silence, snow, number 34, for those who care. There's been a long time. I feel like somebody's not talking to somebody because of the anger issues or the temperament or whatever that was about. And now there's silence because we have this on this end of the reading and now we have this on this end. You know, it's like, you know, something like that. All right, we're going to get some detail here. We want to know more. The T, drowning. You're going under and barely keeping things afloat. Ask for help. Leo, my crazy cat. Somebody's drowning here. It's either you or them. Somebody's furious that someone is so unhappy. Something like that. Maybe. Ask for help. It's available right now. If you need it. Right? Adrift, not willing to settle down or be responsible. Time to commit and put down roots. Somebody does not want to commit to something. They're drowning. Maybe they don't want to commit to healing or something around the home. Somebody's being very irresponsible or something. They want to escape, maybe. I'm not sure. Show me, I need a few more here. Yeah, somebody's furious, or it was a literal fire. Maybe somebody went through a fire out there in the past. You know, that could be for somebody. Alone. This is going to be crowning you. You feel like you're alone in this situation, but it won't be like this forever. Please just know that. Right? That's crowning you. You're not really alone, but a lot of us, and I say us because I live alone too, and I have been for many, many years already. But a lot of us are on our own in this world, right? Dealing with things, and in a lot of ways, I think these times we're supposed to be alone a lot as well. But anyway, somebody's looking for completion here. Ending. You're pretending that it's not ending, but it's time to let go and make a fresh start. Somebody needs to let go of the past, whatever ended in the past. Okay? There's been a lot of time here. Hope, fear, challenge, and homework. They need to let this ending go. Wow, okay. Feel like somebody's waiting for a shoe to drop. I get the Hanged Man energy, you know? Hi there. Hi, Adam. Hi, welcome. You know, I get the Hanged Man energy in a way. Like waiting for a shoe to drop. What are these people waiting on? You know, they need to release this. Let it go. It's over already, you know? Self-righteous. Uh-oh. And this one is extra. It came out. So, and it's Sneaky Snake. All right. Self-righteous, acts spiritually superior, condescending, and preachy. And the Sneaky Snake is going behind your back, deceitful and swindler. Something is silent or very cold. Something's very cold and quiet. You know, we're coming out of the winter, right? We're coming into the spring. So, all right, that's where we're coming from with that anyway. All right, so what else here? So, hi, Leos. I hope everybody's doing great today, tonight, this morning, whatever time it is, wherever you're watching me in the world. I'm actually kind of late today getting them out. I usually have them out by this time, but I don't know. I guess it doesn't matter. I'll just get them out. Blocked, moved on, nothing to say, stop calling. Somebody's drowning. You don't want to deal with this person. You're pissed off until they take care of business, maybe? I don't know. Something in the past with fury right over this, right? I feel like this is an anger issue or more of something that's just really been bottled up. That's kind of the vibe I'm getting out of that. Whoops, okay. Daydreaming, hopes and dreams, delusional, head in the clouds. Somebody's, you know, not paying attention, not being responsible, something around the home, not really trustworthy in the situation. They're not willing to come in or maybe put down roots. Something like that, right? What else? Isolation and alone. Yeah, somebody is definitely alone here. Ding, 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 times 2. Rejected, left alone, or self-infliction. That may be important, that last phrase there for somebody. Self-infliction. Somebody's alone because they want to be. It's not going to be like that forever. But maybe they need time. Endings. They need to let go of some endings. Somebody needs to be on their own here. All right, well, let them be on their own because I feel like this person has been kind of dwelling on this, whatever this is. Puzzled, confused, perplexed, and conflicted. Hope, fear, challenge, and homework. It's been time. You know, I'm kind of feeling like they don't really know how to get over it. You wake up one day. That's what I feel like. This is the hope, fear, challenge, and homework. I feel like whoever this is that's stuck in the past or with whatever that was such a big thing in their life, so traumatic, whatever that was, I feel like they don't know how. And what it is you just wake up one day and you say, you know what? I'm going to have a good fucking day today. I'm sick and tired of drowning. I'm tired, you know, it's been over and today, you know, the sun's out and it's a choice, you know, it's a choice. Maybe you can help them somehow that way. I don't know, because I feel like somebody's not talking to somebody here. Moved on, blocked, nothing to say, you know, drowning again. Wow. Here and here. Ding, 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 ding. Wow. Oh, Leo. Somebody's not doing well here. Self-righteous, sneaky snake, condescending. Could we be talking about several different energies here? I wonder. I'm getting a lot of energies. Somebody's a sneaky snake. Somebody's being quiet. People aren't talking to somebody, or they're not talking to them. Somebody's really, really, really depressed. They may need some therapy or some self-help kind of something. There's all kinds of self-help videos out there, and to be quite honest, I'm self-taught. I did it, so they can too. It's hard going through it, but you can do it. And if I can do it, anybody can do it, because I've been through more shit than I guarantee any of you have been through, and I guarantee it. And it's not like a one-up kind of thing. It's because I'm chosen. I actually can't believe I'm still here. Never mind the people that didn't want me here. They can't believe I'm still here. And I am. So if I can do it, you can do it. Optimistic. Somebody's drowning. Somebody needs to be optimistic here. Somebody's furious. These fires are burning hotter now than ever, right? Somebody's moved on. They don't want to deal with this person, with their shit. You know, it's like, thank you, Adam. I appreciate it, because it gets deep, you know? I'm not writing a book, so instead I use this channel to tell my story, heal, and help others, all at the same time, you know? Quite honestly, you know? It's like I don't have to do this, you know? I do it because I want to. I really don't want anyone in the places where I've been, in that stuck, you know, like this, the sadness, you know, there is a way. It's hard, but you just do it. What, show me, Spirit. Oops. Being optimistic, hoping for the best, right? It's like preparing for the worst, hoping for the best kind of vibe. Sneaky snake. Somebody's deceitful out of this, though, however, around the home. Maybe they're just deceiving themselves. That could be also. I don't like this depressive energy. And right when I said that, here's a Band-Aid came out. Somebody needs to take their medicine. You know? I feel like somebody's sick of it. It's like, shut up and fucking heal. Really? You know? Shut up and fucking heal. Something like that. I think they're using excuses too, some of these people maybe, and, you know, saying, I don't know how, and they're just kind of prolonging, and, you know, artists, musicians, poets, or storytellers. This is what makes the world go round. Something artistically or creative, something creative. This is crowning you in the next few weeks. Some of you alone, isolation. Okay, so if you have hobbies and you are one of these, maybe, or similar, you know, maybe you need to be alone to be inspired. You're looking like, say, if you want to write a book and you need to be inspired, you're looking like, what am I going to call it? What am I going to write about? And you need, you know, it's a very Carl Jung kind of thing. When we're in silence and we're in solitude, that's when we hear the most answers. That's when we hear, you know, we don't realize it until after, but that's the point of it. It's like a very Carl Jung thing, you know. I like that, though. Looking for the answers. Serendipity. Maybe a lot of you are looking for spiritual signs as well through your path. Woohoo! Hold on. Card down. If I can pick it up. Bees knees. This has been coming out a lot. It's so weird how certain cards follow me, you know, through the different weeks that I do these readings. It's whatever. Hope, fear, challenge, and homework. Something's the bee's knees. Somebody's perplexed, confused about endings. Time is ticking. Why did this happen? It did. That's the point. How we deal with that is what shapes our destiny. If I can heal, you can heal. Whoever this is. Here's a band-aid. They need empowerment. Yes, you can. Like encouragement, you know? Or so it's like whatever. Maybe these excuses and the procrastination and the whatever is just old, you know? I'm not sure how that's going to be. Show me one more and we can get into material. Somebody here, self-righteous, spiritually superior. Somebody's a narcissist here as well. Very preachy. Probably don't want to hear it. People don't want to hear someone preach or dictate, right? College or university. Someone could be a graduate. Somebody could be a student. Whatever it is, I feel like it's leveling up. Somebody could be leveling up. The self-righteous. Something silent. I don't know how this is going to work out. I feel like there's like 5 or 6 energies here, but there may even only be 2 or 3. I have no idea because I'm very confused on this reading. I hope it makes sense to you, but I'm just reading cards, you know? Anyway, the Hermit, yeah, that's the silence. Now we have this isolation and alone vibe or self-afflicted as well. 1, 2, and 3. Ding, 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 ding. People have really been searching, introspecting, you know, trying to be optimistic. You might even be the guy trying to light the light, but you're at your wit's end maybe or something. Yeah, 5 of Earth, slippery elm. Here's a band-aid. It's very disappointing. You're sick of it. You're like, shut up and fucking heal. That's what I'm getting. I literally am. Something's very creative here, however. I like that. Maybe we're thinking of a creative way to get this person to heal. I don't know what it is. 8 of Fire. Things are happening quick, though. Look, when there's a fire in the kitchen, you move, right? There's no dilly-dallying, right? These people, you know, maybe we need to light that fire under their ass. Anyway, looking for the pieces of the puzzle. 6 of Wands, 5 of Air reversed. I do feel like there are stories. There are rumors, however, going round and round some of your situations. Yeah, you know, it's really not funny, though, when somebody is hurting like this. It's not a good way to be, you know. I do totally recommend the self-help therapy edge of things holistically as much as possible, of course, but this is like, I don't like the vibe of where this person is. It's not a good vibe, you know. It's not a fun place for anybody, right? There could be a group of people here, in fact, were the ones that were chitting-chatting or something that I just felt, but this is the group of people that I knew I felt more than just 1 or 2 people here. This could be a whole community. It could be whatever, but the bee's knees with this recognition of the time, and you know, I think people are getting tired of it as well, right? They're getting, maybe this person is playing victim, and you know, what, just, you know, it's like, shut the fuck up. It's not funny, but a lot of times lighting that fire under somebody's ass is exactly what they fucking need. You know what I mean? We don't want to be cruel, but sometimes you have to be cruel to be kind. You know? Somebody's sneaky snake here. Somebody's being this self-righteous swindler, condescending or whatever, sneaky snake, you know, being quiet, trying to mind their own business or something. Or maybe the silence is, maybe it's just another fourth card saying the solitude. I feel like the reflection of things, I really do. I feel like it's either you or them seriously reflecting or needing to, Four of fire on the bottom. Yeah, it's like the home. Four of fire is the home. It's marriage. It's, Two of fire down, seven of water. Yeah. This could be change of plans here or no plans. Two of fire down, not being able to decide if we're going to plant that pot in an actual pot or leave it in that, stores pot. You know what I mean? It's like that, but being optimistic, you're not sure. Yeah, I feel like maybe you've been kind of taking some time out to think or something, There is another delusion here, delusional card. We got two. This one's right above it. So is this. Yep. Seven of Cups and head in the clouds, delusion, hopes and dreams. Yeah. This narcissist, I feel is illusionary delusion. It's just very disappointing. It's very draining, you know. And again, you got to light that fire under their ass. Let's go, move it. Because these people or person or whatever is getting sick of this shit, Maybe they're furious that this happened, whatever that was. Is somebody grieving that has never been able to. There's my nose itchy, my nose and my ears. But usually when I resonate with somebody. But I forgot what I was going to say now. Nine of air down is like freeing yourself or wanting to be free of the chaos, the mental chaos or conflict or whatever. This is dead center in the reading, by the way. Things are happening fast, though. It's like, I feel all of this is, really coming to like a head is what it is. The next few weeks, it's all coming to a head, whatever that means. Although it's been like that all over the planet in so many ways. Everything is coming to a head. If it hasn't already. Sorry, there goes my nose. Corandor of water reversed, the Empress reversed. Yeah, some people don't want to reflect. They don't want to do that soul-searching introspection kind of thing, The community card, the Six of Wands, the celebratory victory card is right above this, though, right? They're not listening to their intuition, right? Something's the bee's knees here. Hope, fear, challenge, and homework. This mom or mother figure, possibly, male or female, maybe it's the father figure, but it's just saying how, very without, like really without. I'm feeling grieving, but I guess it doesn't have to be. But somebody's a student here, or it's about leveling up. It's about learning. Maybe we need to learn how to heal. We don't have to be cruel, but sometimes we have to be cruel to be kind. So at the same time, I know how I said that, but it's how you use it is what I'm trying to say. Okay, whatever. You know where I'm coming from. Ace of water. You love this person for sure. This is about something, being optimistic, planting that seed of being optimistic. And, this is something that's, I really like this card. This is definitely, a love card. I just feel it, but somebody's ready to move on, and they're trying to be optimistic, but I think people are just sick of it. Yeah, it's coming down to the wire or something. The magician down. Yeah, it's not good. It's not good. Technically, this is my black magic card. I don't know why that's coming out like this, but it is. This is a very sad, stuck, dark energy they need to get rid of. They need to be the creator of their own life and take charge of their life and take charge of their healing. They have everything they need to do it. You know, I feel like time's ticking here, as in time's almost up. You know, this illusion and delusion. People are really, really, really getting sick of it. You know, something like that. I kind of can see this situation kind of happening at like a movie in my mind's eye, you know. Lovers reversed. Yeah. People are, you know, ready to move on, break up, or leave the situation, or what. Somebody's all alone here. Well, you know, it kind of, maybe it's enough to drive you nuts, you know, and that's what it is. You want to get out of the, you know, I'm not sure how it's going to play out because I am feeling so many energies, but sometimes being alone is the best thing you can do. You know, it really, really, really is. 2 more cards, please. Yeah, right. Get a job to distract yourself. Yeah, I don't know, or just there is a lot of self-help out there, you know, literally online. You know, obviously that not everything is a fucking lie, you know, you just depends on where you're looking. 7 of fire. Bee's knees. Endings, puzzled in time. Yeah, they have the advantage, you know, they have the support to heal, you know, they have the help, whatever it's going to take. Maybe this person just needs to go out into the middle of the woods, in the middle of nowhere, and cry and scream and kick and shout as loud as they can, as long as they can, with the intention of getting it out for good. Memories will always be there, but to be done with the sulking sadness, scream it the fuck out, you know? I've used that analogy before. I know somebody that took my advice and thanked me later, you know? Wherever the woods were that he went to, I can imagine was pretty deep in the woods, because I think he had a lot to let go of, you know, wherever he went. That was a while ago. I remember that. 1 more card, please. 9 of Earth reversed. Yeah. Poverty, very without. Maybe it's like a lack mindset, because it's just so without, right? They need to quit it. Get that fire under their ass, right? You see right through it. There's no deception here through this person with the sneaky snake, narcissistic, woe is me, victimhood, feeling entitled kind of, you know. No, we're about empowerment on my channel. We're about being optimistic. Yeah, if we have to, we can be cruel to be kind, but we really don't want to be, you know? But sometimes you gotta be, because it does get old. All right, so anywho, where am I? Over here. All right, we're gonna move on. I'm gonna use my familiar tarot deck. We're gonna do this again. Show me. Oops. 7 of Pentacles down and the Hierophant again. Ding, 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 ding. Didn't I have the Hierophant? Maybe not. Okay, never mind. I'm not sure how I got the Hierophant. But anyway, he's there now. So, Seven of Pentacles down. Yeah, people really don't want to introspect at all, but trying to be optimistic about this whole thing, trying to, plant those seeds, change of direction, trying to, get them to change, their way of thinking, maybe. You could be married to this person or live with this person, but it's very, very disappointing. People have been, if anything, they're probably not talking a whole lot around the home. Um, but I do feel like somebody's blocked. They're completely blocked. And I feel like someone here is ready to move on. And this delusion that's taking hold of people is really just, it's tiring and it's exhausting. People are tired of their emotional strings being, used and abused, right? Things are happening quickly here. However, in the next few weeks, it is about completion, right? It's about teamwork, Three of Pentacles. It's about building and making it happen, right? If you have to fake it till you make it, kind of thing. Artists, musicians, poets, and storytellers. People are talking about this. They need to figure out how to get this person. So that means that a lot of people care about this person, which is nice. More than likely, because they wouldn't be so interested in trying to find a way and be creative of how to get it in their head or how to help them or something, right? Oops. Three of Cups reversed, Judgment reversed. Wow. Show me. The Empress again. Ding, 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 ding. Seven of Swords. Yep, it's toxic, all right. There's lies, there's cheating, there's deceit, they're cunning. Some people, these narcissists suck, right? We know this in my readings. This is exactly why I'm here. To teach you guys how to deal with this shit. It's very draining for me, however, but it's hard, trust me. It is deceitful. It's hurtful. This could be like possible change of plans too, if this shit doesn't go. I mean, I really feel like some people are at their wits' end. It's very, very disappointing. Some people are just completely blocked. This illusion, this Empress could be the one that's in the illusion, possibly. It depends on you and your story. But it is around the home. It's a big illusion. It's like people see it, they recognize it. It's a big deal, The Sun, very nice, right in the middle of the deck. I mean, of the reading. Very cool, but the illumination of it all is huge. It's huge, clear as day. Nine of Air reversed with the Sun. It's clear as day. Feel like some of these people are absolutely consumed by this energy. For some of you, that's a good card. That's a popularity kind of card. It's growth, it's expansion, right? It's good times. It's this could even be a grandparent for somebody out there, which technically is still a mother figure, but I heard it, so I say it. Somebody's grandma. All right, so, or great aunt, maybe. Show me. King of Swords down, yeah. Big fat liars, endings, Corandera of Water. Yeah, this big fat liar, this narcissist is not going to reflect. That's the way it is. Something's the bee's knees. There's a group of people here. The party's fucking over. Three of Cups down. Time's ticking. These endings are over. People are confused about how, no, what you put out, you get back, you deal with it. You know, some of these people are in bad judgment for things, college, university. You know, people need to grow up, you know, sneaky snakes. Um, you don't, sometimes you do have to be cruel to be kind, but we also can't attack this person. We can't abuse them. We can't slander them, whatever that means anymore, because apparently somebody's reputation was ruined. They got tired of it. Yeah, it's going through me. This person's a big fat flippin' liar. And whoever this is, male or female, you know, it's being illuminated in a big way. Whew. These lies, these cunning energies, trying to be optimistic through the whole thing, lighting the fire under somebody's ass is exactly what they need to do. You know, 7 of Wands down, they have no defense. They have no defense. They're very weak, very without. Somebody's they feel like they're entitled. Well, I don't understand, because what I'm getting is a very weak, very entitled, very woe is me kind of energy, very, very sad. But then at the same time, they're spiritually superior, so they're entitled to what? What are they entitled to? If they're entitled to what? To Exactly. Because if they're staying in that stuck energy, it's a fucking choice. Some of these people, I don't think are very, they may not be okay, you know? Because it seems obvious to us, the ones that are in a higher vibration, but when you're in that vibration, it's not that easy. And I was in that vibration for a long time, so I get it. I'm not sure. It's like, it depends on all of you. There's a lot of you, so lighting that fire under their ass is the best advice I got right now, because somebody's just very stuck. And if you're so entitled, and you're unhappy, but you're entitled to the unhappiness, that's what you're saying to me, and that makes no sense. So I'm kind of confused here. I hope I'm making sense to you out there, but somebody's dealing with the storms really hard right now. The next couple weeks could be difficult for some of you, right? It's filling your own cup, doing what you love with that Ace of Water, right? Make yourself happy. Do what you need to do. If you need to take some time out, then you take some time out. Because we got to stay grounded and balanced, for God's sakes. And just because one person isn't, doesn't mean we have to take on their energy, right? 6 of Wands, again, ding, 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 ding. There's definitely a bunch of people. And I feel like there's a whole bunch of people that aren't really in the light, but, you know, here's a Band-Aid. They're creating, they want this person to get better, is what it is. But somebody isn't creating that, and then the others are, or wanting to, or whatever. They want to make some magic happen. You know, 4 of Pentacles, they're holding on of the ex, or whatever, lovers reversed. That situation ship, or person, that love. They're holding on to it. See, they don't know how to let it go. See, I knew somebody passed away in the past. That's what I'm getting. And they have not been able to move on since. And there's been some significant time since. And they're stuck. That sucks. I will personally send some healing vibes to everyone out there. I just got my ear ringing really, really, really high pitched. 2 more cards, please. Thank you. Ask and you shall receive. I love it. Anywho, the Tower reversed, Knight of Pentacles. Somebody is refusing the Tower. They're denying it. They don't want to deal with it. See, they have to come to the realization of it, Seven of Fire. Um, their defenses are up, you know. There's a lot of defenses up through this. There's people that are past too. So, yeah, I feel like everybody's maybe defensive, you know. Hi there, everybody. Hi, Kim. Yeah, so hope, fear, challenge, and homework. It is having the advantage, that's basically what the Seven of Wands is having the advantage of a situation, but we have to come into this realization. That's the hard part of this whole thing. Somebody needs to take this opportunity, somebody that's so without. Maybe they're going to be given an opportunity in the next few weeks. The one that is so in lack, and whether that's lack mindset, lack in whatever way, I don't, Knave of Swords. Yeah, something's coming in quickly, something's coming in fast. This is about aggression. This technically can be brutal. Narcissists suck. They just do. They're condescending little, you know things that they say that they just throw in there, that they're manipulative. Ugh, I dealt with it my whole life. Yeah, I'm over it. Anywho, we're going to give you a Celtic tree oracle here. I'm going to change it up a notch. I pull this out, quarterly, right around the change of the seasons. Show me what I need to see for Leo. What are we on here? 4150. Hello. Hey, hi. Hello. We got the own furzy gorse. I have no idea how to say these things. It's number 17. Very Celtic indeed. I don't have that lingo yet. So own furs gorse. 17 for those who care. Don't forget to flip and flop your energies and genders should you need to. Was this upright? I think so. Hi there. Hi there. Hi there. Hi. There's a bunch of yous. All right. So, anywho, gores in a reading represents abundance. A hallmark is generosity. You are encouraged to share what you have with others now. Giving is the best way to receive. It is all about your sweetness. How do you create the nectar of honey in your life? Cultivate an atmospheric of light and cooperation. Work with others to create good. This is a perfect time to give gratitude for what you have and to count your blessings. Be willing to stand as a light for others at this time and share your illumination. Besides the renewal promised at the spring equinox, Gorse links the inner and outer worlds. This link is a doorway through which we receive abundance and love and maintain connection with the mysteries that keep our hopes alive. No matter what trials or tribulations come our way, the bush suggests you develop the skill of collecting. You are gathering around what you need to reach your goal or destination. You're collecting what you need to reap results. Like the magpie who is attracted to the golden treasure, you too are gathering together what it is valuable to aid you in your pursuits. Consider what you are creating, what you are collecting about you. Do you cultivate sweetness or distress and drama? If you have a goal, collect good people around you for support. Right? That's a good thing. The gorse ensures fertility and the renewal of life force. You are connected to the vision and inspiration, to vision and inspiration. It's a time of new ideas and plans. Keep to the golden hue of hope and persist with faith. I like it. It's a very star card kind of energy. Yep, very star card, very wishful. You know, that little mustard seed in there of hope and faith. Yeah. Draw on it. Draw on it. You know, you can make this happen. Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right. So what else? What else? What else? I guess I'll give you, we're going to see what you're going to be cooking up in your kitchens in the next couple weeks. Ooh, nice. Little romance after not talking to this person for a while. Makeup sex? I don't know. Hold on. Oh boy, oh boy. Don't forget to flip and flop should you need to. A deep desire to be swept off your feet makes your heart beat furiously. Romantic gestures such as love hearts, chivalry pledges, and chocolates make you giddy as you dream of living happily ever after. You're in love with love itself, and the romance you yearn for is ready to blossom as you honor your true feelings and appreciate the beauty that's all around you. As you breathe in deeply, my sweet aroma, feel your heart's center swirl with sensual pleasure as it makes room for love in your life. Did you hear that? Those sirens? Oh, sounds like an emergency. Makeup sex is an emergency. Hold on, let me find where I was. I'll magnetize your aura to draw in all that you seek on your quest for romance as you work with my petals and buds to cast your spells of armor and create love potions. Place a bouquet of my red and pink flowers in your bedroom to incite intimacy and delight as the heady heights of romance court you. Somebody might be making up or what or that's what this whole thing is about, because you really love this person, you just want them to feel better. I really love the message here. I just don't love how stuck I feel these energies are. It's not good, and a lot of these things are evil. It all combined in here with this coven or cult or whatever this is, with these Six of Wands cards. So that's that, you know. All right, I'm gonna give you a few my Gypsy Witch cards. What do we got here? What do we got here? Oh, okay, Six of Spades. Yep. Queen of Spades. Yeah, somebody's a little rat. Somebody's a rat. They're a thief. Here. Somebody's very cunning. There's some thieving here going on. Somebody's stealing something. Somebody's admiring you or you them. I like that a lot. You care for this person, whoever this is what it is. You know, there is a lot of gaiety and cheerfulness here to celebrate. However, with maybe it's around the bar, you know, maybe it's around whatever. But if it's not, maybe some people don't go to bars, right? I don't go to bars anymore, but maybe it's just something around, something about that, you know, some sort of celebratory whatever. The bride ensures for a single person the fulfillment of their highest aims. I like that. So more than likely, it's the wife that needs to be healed, but you can place it, the Empress, right? Jack of Spades, yeah. A lot of people are looking forward to this happening, right? You know, it's just there's like a I feel like a fellowship, you know? So whatever coven occult this is, you know, I don't know if all of the It's just going to be different for all of you. I'm just going to leave it at that. You know, Two of Clubs, it is a journey. It's not just a cliche. That's true. It's a long journey to heal. Sometimes it takes years. That's why starting now is important. You know, it's been taking me since I really started trying to heal on myself, not just because I went through so many different traumatic things all at the same time that I had to take it one step at a time. So kind of confusing, but I guess that's where I'm coming from, one step at a time. Once you keep working on it, it's just something it's like diligence. It's something you always, yeah, you love this person, you have great memories, it's over, it's too bad, but I'm not going to ruin my life because, I'm so sad. There's things out there, kind of thing. Anywho, you get my drift. So, yeah, a lot to marinate on, Leo. Be cool, be kind, be patient, and just be a good human. It will work out for the best. Whatever it is, whatever's supposed to be will be. So there's that. I'll be back soon with your next messages. Ciao.